How goes it, internet dwellers? Good to see you after such a long break. I mean, not including yesterday. That was making up for the long break. Yeah, a lot of stuff going on. Um, I recently learned my home state has gone crazier since I left it, and that's saying a lot. Because they already started legalizing robots' ability to kill people in parts of California, like San Francisco. They can legally use robots to kill you, and in the middle of fucking where technology is reaching levels that the public is unaware of. I mean, we've seen the robot dogs with flamethrowers. That's passe. You can buy one of those for less than a hoopty. That's $10,000 at this point. But yeah, they're legalizing all kinds of crazy shit. They made it illegal to go out and do something in public because there was a cold going around. I forget the name of the disease. I mean, but they got rid of that took care of itself within 2 weeks. And now they're making it so that California teachers have to hide their students change in gender and pronouns and all that stuff. So the parents won't know when their kids are transitioning. Then they can start to make their own choices, because by the time you're 6, 7, if you want to block your puberty, so they can give you some puberty blocking drugs or some kind of a gender reassignment surgery, and you can decide whether if that's the route you want to go during a recess or something. Because kids, I mean, I don't know how many times I got to tell y'all, if I would have had the ability to identify as a dinosaur when I was a kid, I would have took whatever pills, I would have took whatever surgery. Yeah, as long as I got the scales. Really, I just want the short T-Rex arms and claws, superhero shit. And to be treated like a dinosaur. I wish they had something like that when I was a kid. Kids in transition to dinosaurs. Um, yeah, I mean, before I get any hate mail again, I think kids should transition in adulthood before making those kinds of choices. Because I'm familiar of an event called Satanic Panic. This is when they had police who were misleading these kids, bringing them in, getting them to commit to shit that they did not do or see. They would just ask them questions, and then once they try to be like, "Did you see a monster?" Like, "Yeah." "Okay, so what were you doing in there in the room?" "I was eating a sandwich, but you said there was a monster. What was the monster doing?" And they're just like, "Okay," and then they'll be creative because they, the this authority figure was leading them, encouraging them to make up stories. So it was like one cat was a little kid. He had this officer mislead him. He ended up telling stories oh, my dad he was doing bad stuff, killing people. And your dad, so he's a bad person? No, he's not bad. He was possessed by the devil, right? And he made up all of this shit. But the dad, he was he couldn't figure out why his kid would lie like that. So he just believed that he was actually possessed by the devil, and he admitted to doing crimes he did not do because the parent was just he was lost, kid was lost, and being manipulated, right? And then that's a big reason why they don't take kids' testimony in court, because they can be manipulated into saying anything, wanting anything. That's why they also can't get tattoos. But they can have gender reassignment surgery that will permanently change their lives, as well as block their puberty. Of course, I have theories about why they want to block puberty, because you think of your adolescence You think of going through that change, getting hair in regions that you didn't have hair before. All that testosterone and estrogen, depending on what you got flowing, it like those hormones, they make you unbearable. Like you question any authority, starting with the local, usually your parents, your biggest headache they got when you're going through that shit, right? But now we live in a time where it's like it's obvious the authority that's abusing us is the government. Kids are catching on. They're the main ones who are going to these Palestine events. And I think they're trying to give them these puberty blockers to prevent them from going through puberty with this government, because they're just going to be revolting. It's like, no, hell no, we won't go. And they don't want to fight. They want you to be docile, shut the fuck up, be dependent on those fucking puberty blockers. And then your parents have no say in it. They can't question it. I mean, even if they want to show support, they can't do that. You could like draw a divide between family, and then the state agency that has an agenda that is not in their best interest, because the schools aren't there to teach you what's needed. They're teaching you to go through life and get cheated. And a big part of that is, dividing us. And now it's just like they can make the decision to divide parents from kids. And my school I'm at, I'm confronted with a lot of different organizations. The biggest funded ones, they got silly fucking objectives. So it's like, and one of the organizations was started by a Klan member, Margaret Sanger, used to have eugenics parties, right? Something called Planned Parenthood. And they were like trying to get me to sign up. They were like, help trans kids. Like, help trans kids? What do you mean trans kids? Like kids transitioning into adulthood? No, like children who haven't hit puberty yet, but are being deprived vital puberty blocking drugs, options for medical interventions and shit like that. I'm like, so this is being blocked from kids. Or how about instead, before we go to the genital mutilation surgeries, we give them the ability to get a tattoo first. All right. If they can get a tattoo and not regret it, sure. Let's talk about like gender mutilation. Let's figure that out later. But yeah, it doesn't make sense. If they can't get a tattoo, why would they be able to do this? It's perplexing to me. So California, going down this road. I think other states are doing it too. I'm seeing the organizations, because once I called out this particular group, Planned Parenthood, and I was like, yeah, Margaret Sanger. I don't really mess with any organization that was started with the Nazis or the Klan members. And then, sure enough, this like similar people with similar vests, because they had these little vests to let you know who they were. They started showing up, but it was a different group, ACLU, and their whole thing was support trans rights for kids. And it's just like similar stuff where they're trying to encourage this new market for getting kids addicted to hormone drugs and unnecessary surgeries. So yeah, California, they're going crazy, but I see a lot of other places going down that route. Yeah, fight tooth and nail. One of the things, when I have to send official email, like I had to go through this orientation where they were talking about like, how to introduce myself. They're always like, hey, start off with your name and your pronouns. And it's just like, my pronouns are thou and thine, filled with a love divine. I don't give a shit what your pronouns are, care about your verbs. All right. So it's something I don't want to talk about, because I've had teachers who They take 20 minutes going around class, asking our name and pronouns before each class. And when they did that, I watched people's pronouns transform from he to him, uh, to they them, they him, they she her, and it's just like one person took like 15 minutes to explain it. It was Zay's row. It's like saying bro with a Z, and it's just like, who cares? How is this relevant? Like, let that be someone who's interested in that side of you's pursuit. You know, like that's not something I don't want to just start talking about. Well, I'm a he him. As I'm a thou thine. I'm we us. How about we talk about something that that's constructive instead of like, oh, it just got frustrating. And I just it would be one thing if we did it one time, but like keeping up with these people's fucking drama, their fucking obsession with this shit that doesn't matter at all to me, and now I got to be in the fucking um the soap opera that is their life, figuring things out, watching them evolve pronouns. Like, I don't care. And the most confused people were the people who grew up when this was normal. They're the ones who got this whole show and dance about updating their pronouns. And it's just like, um, yeah, I do not trust the schools. I do not trust them to be able to, step between families, dividing them up. Um, yeah, it's crazy. California is not the only one doing it. So, do you still do rewind series on your site? Yes. Love your work, bro. Keep it up as always. As well. Yeah, I do rewinds. Um, I got some in my computer that are still being edited. Um, but yeah, the what you call it, Rumble. That's where I got the new ones, but then I got the bigger back catalog on Odyssey, odyssey.com/at Netflix. So yeah, get caught up. It'll be fun. Definitely encourages me to make more, seeing all that engagement. Um, yeah, it is. And hey, Nate, I did not know where my comments were coming from on the Rumble app. That's what I'm using to stream on several different websites. So yesterday I missed a bunch of comments. I'm sorry. Uh, what is it? I think it's YouTube, Facebook, Rumble. Also not um able to stream on X for some reason. Maybe it's because I don't really call it X. It's not X for me. The only X I know is Malcolm. Um, it's the only one I acknowledge after he changed his name. Um, so yeah, this Twitter or Elon Musk, he was like one of the people who left California after they changed their laws and made a big deal about it. His SpaceX program, like, whoa, he's a hero. I don't think like that. I don't think you could be a 300 billionaire and be a hero or not be a leech on society. You're just, he doesn't create anything. Somehow he gets credited with electric vehicles that he paid smarter people to make for him. Um, and I don't want him to move his SpaceX program. I want us to confiscate it since he got all that money with subsidies, and we should have our own space program, one that's designed to create uh, spaceships that give us the ability to go to other planets after we fix our own, of course. We learn how to get all this garbage out of our water, turn this place around. Then we could try doing it for other planets, not some for-profit theft of our resources for a piece of shit like Elon Musk, so he could pretend to be a hero. If he was a real hero, he'd say, "Fuck it, let's ban billionaires. I'm the richest one publicly, so I will give away all but $10 million back to the states so we could wipe out homelessness, world hunger. We could rebuild the infrastructure, make everything public owned. I don't know, but yeah, definitely not go down the road of giving children puberty blockers. I feel like that is something you think California is crazy. Just make sure your state's not doing it as well, because they probably are. And yeah, it's a lot of stuff to cover. Um, organizing with different groups on different events, and I just got some new equipment to document some of this stuff, and I was going to be doing something. It's going to be like a different page, but I'm going to share it over here on all my stuff as well. But yeah, it's going to be a mechanism to do something about the many fucked up things that we encounter day to day. And basically pushing back on corporations. And well, I got some amazing people signed up to contribute some wisdom and time to the effort. So that's gonna be fun. You're gonna see me more often on these site. Well, I'll be streaming to let you guys know about my new social media. It's going to be really dedicated to that stuff. I'm going to be doing stuff like this. I'm going to be doing rewinds and employee evaluations as well. Right now, I'm going to be looking for different staff members to help with the other aspects. So I'm not like in charge of just everything. I would like to find editors and yeah. So yeah, that's just more to come. I'll probably be doing another live this weekend with a premiere video. So stay tuned, either tomorrow or Saturday, or maybe both. Who knows? We will see. So um yeah, yeah. I'll work out a better system of having this stuff where you guys know I'm coming up, because I know these are random as a motherfucker, and I know a lot of people would like to be here who can't, and I'm doing it much later than usual. So all these things will be alleviated. So just stay tuned, have patience, appreciate it, and yeah, Netflix.net. You'll be able to see the new rewinds and employee evaluations, um, the ones that are already out and the ones that are coming. So toodles, holler at you later. See you this weekend.